One.
Welcome to Transformers the Show, episode 83.
This show's pish. Oh, I want to drink wine.
I live my life walking down the street, meet the faces of the people I see. All the time I see a reflection. All the time I see a reflection. It's okay to feel alone. It's okay to be alone. All the time I see a reflection. All the time I see a reflection. 'Cause when I'm with you, it seems so easy. Seems so easy. My best days are with you. They are so easy. They are so easy.
Hiya! Welcome to Transformers, the show number 83. On today's show, we've got all the news and reviews, plus all those latest releases from Hasbro Pulse. We're joined by Andy, and look, Jamie and Alexis are right next to me as real-life men in Oxford. We're live from Oxford, and Andy is live from the north of England. So, as always, let's start off with some news. Where's the news thing? Oh, there it is.
Hello, YouTube. My name is Karen, and I'm here today.
I talk some
That-
TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Right, Andy, you've got some bloody news for us. Yes, you have.
I have. You share it. Or allow me to.
Can you see it now? I can see pipes.
Yeah, there you go. Pipes in all his pipesy goodness. So, first news revealed earlier this week was what we assume to be pipes. It's still not been completely confirmed, but this was Sheffertron, who's been getting quite a lot of the Generation stuff early recently. And yeah, he's got his hands on, amongst others, pipes. So there he is in his vehicle mode. So, of course, it's a remolder Huffer. And he also got, now are we calling him Bluestreak or Silverstreak?
Silvestreak.
That's the one. Okay, so we've got him as well. There he is next to one of his many, many Datsun bros.
Noise.
And there's Huffer and Pipes. Somebody did point out on social media that they'll be fuming if he's called Pipes and they've only given him one pipe in terms of his gun. But I'm pretty sure his pipes was for his actual stacks, which are his arms. So either way, it looks awesome. I do love that head sculpt. And the colours just are amazing. Look at the blue of those eyes. You could just get lost in them.
Dreamy. He does look better than Huffer.
He does, but then again, I always think the design of Pipes is easier on the eye than Huffer anyway. But it's still, such a good mould.
What do you mean by easy on the eye? Like bed eyes or?
Just you just want to take it to bed. It's a take to bed transformer. Paul knows all about them.
I do. That's
It's
good
good
with many
pipes.
Transformers.
Then there was some other leaks or apparent leaks of upcoming Transformers. So, Jamie, was it you who shared this? Do you want to?
Yes,
explain
and
this one?
basically it was just talking about Voyager Bulkhead, Voyager Murder Starscream, Voyager Blaster at last, which people have been dying for, Voyager Inferno, which some people speculate could be Beast Wars Inferno, so it might not be a release of Kingdom Inferno. And then you've got Deluxe Tarantulas, Deluxe Skids, Deluxe Dragship, Deluxe Kickback, Deluxe Silverstreak, which could be Beast Wars, or Core Sidewave, Core Energon Monster, which should be quite interesting. I wonder what sort of piss you'll come up with this. And then this is the thing that's caused a bit of controversy, because you've got the Studio series, which is meant to be the sort of movie accurate Transformers, and they've given you Core 86 Ratchet. And I would have thought that would have belonged more in the Kingdom line or the Hasbro generic line.
Do you think it's a misprint? The core.
Well, it could be because some people say it could be Rat instead of Ratchet. And then you've
Could
got
be.
Core Ages Rumble, you've got Core Laserbeak, Wheelie. Who the hell wants Wheelie? But will be maybe Ravage.
But I really do.
So yeah, so there's some of the potential figures that we've got coming up.
I was kind of hoping for, Andy, was a lot of people would be selling their Ratchets, Airfries Ratchets. Or so like Ratchet, trying to make a quick buck, and then realising they made a mistake because Core Kingdom Ratchet's going to be small.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've probably figured it out now because we might just tell them, but never mind.
Can I just go back to that? 1 second. The one thing which stands out to me, drag strip. Is that from the Sunscon?
Yeah, well, go on.
Is that a re-release? The whole combined?
Well, we're hoping for new ones, aren't we?
Would it have combined the connections?
Well, that's
Would it
it.
be standalone?
Parts for
There was something
Like
before about Stunticons, wasn't there?
Alexis's thigh keeps rubbing against my thigh.
I think it quite
It's
Enjoy
nice.
the excitement. I wonder what the heat in the room was. Then you've got this from 3-0, which is another stylized Bumblebee figure or model or statue or whatever the hell it is. So, Alexis, I think you shared this, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the action figure, posable. I think it looks very close to what we wanted as a Bayverse Bumblebee. I think it looks better than most of the Bumblebees we had in the movie Verse Ray.
Yeah, it has that Bumblebee look to it. From the Bumblebee movie, I mean, it's obviously got a Bumblebee look to it because it's Bumblebee, but it looks like the Bumblebee movie kind of Bumblebee, but with a more G1 head, yeah. So there was that. And then today we had the always fantastic Fan First Fridays from Hasbro Pulse, which was Transformers. And amongst the things they revealed was this Coronation Chicken Starscream, which is an Earthrise Starscream with a slightly different paint job, but comes with the extra bits so you can dress him up like a good action figure / dolly. So he looks like the Coronation Starscream just before you disintegrate him with your Galvatron. And he does look very good, though, I have to admit. There was also the sweep was confirmed, which is a slightly different shade of blue and has an open hand on the other fist. So Hasbro going all out there on the differences to make that money.
That's just accuracy, Andy, so stop complaining.
You'll buy anything. Anyway, Deluxe Class Perceptor. We haven't actually seen this before, I don't believe. And they actually have shown us it now. They had I forget what they called it, but basically the first kind of version of the actual figure, a grey version that they showed off as well on the stream, and I think it's looking pretty good. Coronation Starscream does come with a throne, which of course other figures can sit in. So there you go. No, it didn't actually have the throne, or at least he didn't get to sit it, I don't think, in the movie, but he's got it. He gets it as an accessory because he is going to be leader class. I think he's up for pre-order at £55.
55 quid?
Yeah, 55 quid for an Earthrise Starscream with a chair and the shoulder pads and cloak.
Man Toys, who are not my sponsor.
Honest.
That is how Alexa sits next to me.
That's how I sit on the toilet. That's my throne.
All Harvey's up for pre-order soon.
I liked it a bit on the live stream when the Transformers expert introducing it described this as a periscope. So yes, there's his periscope mode, or microscope as most of us call it. It also has the third mode, doesn't it? It has the tank mode.
Rohan liked him. I like to go.
Earthrise jet mode, which looks exactly the same, but the slightly different paint on the tail fins apparently. So there you go.
Andy,
there's the sweep.
What did you think of Hasbro Pulse? Did you not enjoy the show? Because I did.
I thought it was all right. I actually quite liked the girl who, I think, what was it? Somebody told me her name on the chat. It was Isabel. And I thought she was all right. I thought actually for the ones who come on, she seemed less fake and less kind of, I'm just here to read off a card than some of the other ones we've had before. The two blokes made me laugh because the bearded bloke, who was, I think, from marketing, kept interrupting the guy from the actual production side of it and the design side of it whenever he started to say anything. So that was quite amusing. But the whole thing was entertaining, but there wasn't really much revealed, was there? No. Because we've seen a lot of this before. Not all of it, obviously, but we have seen quite a bit of it. And some of the big reveals we did get, which we're going to get onto, aren't necessarily exciting for everyone. There's that Perceptor third mode, and the box art for the Starscream, Coronation Starscream, is fantastic. To be fair, they've done away with the plastic for the front, and it's just going to be art, apparently, from the next.
It's going to be tricky if you want to see if something's misassembled, though.
That's probably why they've done it, just to piss you off, Jay. Yeah, I mean, the back of it's just what you'd expect to see, but yeah. I think that one, it's one of those ones where even though deep down you're being a sucker for wanting it, you do want it because of the all the get up. He does look awesome in all the shoulder pads and the cloak and everything, which can be moved and adjusted to get into the positions you want it to be, and it looks really good. And of course, you get the throne.
Jumper just said it's art done by Pat Lee.
Oh, there you go. I think they did talk about some of the art. I think one of the pieces of art was. No, that was for the Shattered Glass stuff. That was Guido Greedy, which none of the Shattered Glass stuff was new necessarily, other than they showed a bit of the cover artwork. There's Perceptor's box, looking happy, because he knows he's the fastest Autobot alive. If you've seen Transformers the movie, he can keep up with Blur when he's just running. And Blur's in car mode.
That's a funny thing.
And then the other thing was this. This is on Kickstarter, so it's a Transformers chess set, which will feature the pieces that you can read off the screen now. So Queen is Starscream. Fair enough. Rooks, Astrotrain, and Blitzwing. You've got Scrapper in there just on his own without the rest of the Constructicons. But there you go. It's it's if you like a very expensive chess set, because I think I read they're wanting to sell this for like £600, then this will be right up your street. That will be the chessboard. Character guide that comes with it. And those are the Autobot characters that will be included in it as well. It might just be my imagination, but Jazz looks like he's piled the pounds on during lockdown. Is that just me? Anybody else seeing that? He's just looking a bit chunky. I mean, we can all sympathise. Don't get me wrong. I'm not fat shaming.
That's not true. You look amazing.
I didn't catch a word you just said because your sound went all weird, but I'm sure it was extremely effective and useful. But I didn't quite catch that. What did you say, Jamie?
I think she died.
You all right there, Jamie?
Andy, we're back, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We're going to crack on. Oh, yes. So I've skipped one. No, I haven't. It's removed the order. God damn you, computer. So somebody pointed out that on the shelf behind... I've forgotten his name, but the guy who was basically from the design side of things.
He's a good guy, I like him.
There's a Starsaber figure. And some people on Twitter are arguing that it's a Starsaber figure we hadn't seen before. But I thought I could pick Alexis's brain on this one because Alexis will have had almost every Starsaber. Oh, that's
MP Starsaber because he's got chunky legs. And that's
extremely boring then, isn't it?
And the CA Pros again, that's the MP Beast Wars 2.0 Optimus Prime as well. So nothing.
So we could have had an exciting story, but now Alexis has killed it for us. That's all right. I don't blame you.
I was quite interested in looking if he's got a third party, but he never has. He's always very, very Takara Hasbro.
He's got to be though, hasn't he? Yeah. Right. I'll just try and share the next one then. So again, Paul, you'll have to allow me to share here. So we're going for a bit of third party now. Last week, you might remember, those of you who regularly watch, that the third party news, as all the news was handled by our good friend Alexis. And so there was a bit of confusion. So I'm not entirely sure which of this was covered and which wasn't. So if it's been covered before, my apologies. And if it hasn't, let's crack on.
Was that like is that like when I was last week when I was sharing something? No, we did that, mate. We did that. Oh, you're such a
yeah. There was one. There was one definitely because I was watching it back to try and figure out which of the stuff in the news folder had actually already been covered, and I was watching the bit back where you stopped Paul and said, "Actually, there's some more." And Paul was not best pleased. This is X-Transbots Fast and Fury, which we have several photos of. So, Alexis, tell us about it.
Pleased to know that we covered this last week. So for our Eagle
fantastic. We'll skip through. Looking great. Look at that. Still looking great. Still awesome. Still amazing. Isn't that lovely? Right, did we cover this?
Yep.
Lovely.
As well.
Still
Really
looking
good.
great. Still awesome.
Do you remember what these were?
Did you cover this?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah, we did.
Fantastico. Still
I'll
looking
come back.
great.
I'm gonna go
Still
get my
awesome.
Chinese. I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. It's fine. I'll come back tomorrow.
And did we cover this?
Yeah.
I feel like we did. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, you're right.
Menasor?
Yeah, that's done.
Pretty sure we did that one as well. Yeah, fans toys.
Optimus?
No, this is new. I think.
There.
This is the New Age version. New Age,
right?
Images of New Age. They've actually copied. They've done. I don't know if we've got the images here, but they've actually done a lot of images that actually represent like the movie and the stances. So,
Well, these are all the photos that you shared. So he's a bit chesty.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm
this
not
is
sure.
very gappy. I think
That
a lot.
looks awful.
Separate, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they are. Again, we've got images later on of the Sunscons. I think they're very gappy in the Constructicons as well. So it's very gappy. It feels.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. I just saw Ed's comment saying that this is like Sky News. We are that professional. You know it. You know it's true, Ed. There's all these bits and pieces that come with him. Hands as usual.
Yeah, you get kit, but looks all right. I think Magic's better personally. It's good paint. Paint job is really good in this. The metallic paint's really nice. I think Magic's
It's
better.
the chest. It's just
Yeah,
It's the chest. It is the chest, isn't it? Yeah. It's
just too chesty.
Yeah.
It's
good.
a nice looking figure, but I mean, yeah.
They've got the knees. They've got the way. So go back. Sorry,
guys. We don't need
back
to
on-
see nice stuff about it.
the
chest
knees.
is awful.
What are you doing? Get off the fucking Arsenal score.
Just checking.
With Jamie, there's no in between. There's black or white. He likes it
the
or
way
he hates it.
Look at the way his knee pops out. It's like the MP version almost. It's like he's actually got a kneecap, and that's very clever in that piece. Okay, so that's new for Legends as well. That kneecap. No legend has got a kneecap.
Well, that's what we're all tuned in for. A bit of kneecap action.
Kneecaps. So sorry, carry on.
Is this the same guy or is this a different one?
This is New Age Ultra Magnus, and I think that this actually. I don't know about you, Paolo, but I think this actually looks a little bit cleaner than the Magic Square version. The Magic Square, you always have to buy the old and the new. This looks pretty good. I think the way that it opens out, that's a really good gimmick. It just has presence about that Magnus. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. There's so many Magnus in there in Legends, and there's so many good ones as well.
Magni.
Why Magni? Because he's such a flaky shit character. Why would you want more?
He's a good character
in Japan.
He kind of is.
Loads of them.
Because the MFT version is the same size as this and the 2.0 version, and that one you can get for 17 quid. These ones are like 50, 60 quid. So he's not a great character. The MFT version actually is still very good, and I still have him on my desk every day. I still just every now and then just like posing with different flaky, different flaky poses.
The Papa Toys one is the winner.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, moving on.
X Transports, they've got so much shit out. This is their blades, a render. This is basically what it is. This render. They've got some of these renders out. Go on again. They've also got their first aid, I think.
Sorry.
Can you see it?
Poses down.
I don't know what Alexis is doing.
There. Right.
Just to be clear, lads, so you know that the sound keeps every now and again will drop out. So if you said anything really crucial in the last 5 seconds, I may have missed it. But you're back now. So say it again.
Paul keeps flicking the screen to the Arsenal score. So if anyone wants to update Paul in the chat rather than flicking over and I can't see what's going on, that'd be great. First aid, X Transports. Move on.
Next.
This is the very
robot transformer done.
Isn't this the Kang Toys gorilla that's like not actually part of the Predacons?
Monkey pants. Yeah, this is the monkey pants. So and people have been commenting negatively about this, right? So it's basically this makes up apparently the 5-piece, the crotch piece of the Predaking.
Somebody's got to do it.
And my view is, right, if you look at a lot of the popular ones, they parts form into crotch pieces, right? They just have a crotch piece, and you pay a lot of money for that crotch piece. What Kang Toys are doing is saying, well, you can have a crotch piece, or you can have an extra bot, and you pay the same price for a crotch piece or a bot. And
Please stop saying crotch piece.
I
How many times can one man? We
It's his upper thighs.
Transformers the Transformers the crotch.
No, it's literally just his upper thigh. So if you look at like a lot of the big ones, like look at like the all the big combines you get MPs.
Yeah.
You basically just get the upper thighs, and you connect the bots as the lower leg and the torso up. And sometimes you don't even get the torso; you just connect the arms and they go in the back, and you pay as much for that piece there as you do a bot. What they've done instead is they've given you a choice. So if you want to display in robot mode, you get an additional bot rather than
What part will he be? What part will he be again?
The lower torso.
You are such a crotch piece. Right, let's move on.
Reveal. Everyone's excited about that.
That's not a Transformer.
It is coming from KFC, who have released their 6 to 10 versions of the Junkions. They're releasing 10 Junkions. I own 8, I think.
But that's Psycho.
And that is, and additional to that, one of those 10 is a cycle.
It's a GoBot.
It's a GoBot.
Yeah. To be fair, KFC did a better job with the Zinger Stacker.
Then
we had Junkions. We had actual decent robots.
So you didn't put any bike modes in because all the bikes are the same. So you got different new ones. He looks fairly similar to the other one. He has little wands that carry on. He's a new color rendition. He's quite good with the horns as well. Looks like a bumblebee version of it.
I was going to say.
One with the two. He looks fairly similar as well.
Is he Junkeep?
I don't know. They've all got Junkeep. And then you've got one with two wheels in his chest. And he looks pretty funky as well. So I think out of the 4 new ones, there's 2 in there which are worth getting. The other ones are just recolors of the old ones. So there's 6 original versions and then 2 new ones now. So you can actually have 8 original like Junkions. If you want to get your whole Junkion planet going, KFC is where it's at.
Isn't rude.
I just want a KFC.
Hungry now. Which one's this one then?
That's Sandgirl.
Sandgirl.
Because I don't know what that letter is behind his head.
No. So we're just going to make it up.
We're just going to be like in Psycho.
This is Magic Square Prime 2.0 with the trailer.
Just a quick one before, if you stick around, if you like GoBots, we have a very special Rohan's Corner with a GoBots theme coming up. So yeah.
And if you don't, you can make a cup of tea.
Magic Square Prime 2.0.
Go for a KFC.
Again, and if you look at what I said about the knee, how the knee's quite static. It's the same. They've used the same knee joint they did in Magic Square 1 with their MP bot as they did with their original Legends bot. But the rest of it is improved. I think overall.
You know how excited I get about the kneecaps on a Transformer, Alexis. Thank God you're bringing that kneecap action and crotch pieces.
Every man knows I'm Roger. So.
Oh, God. Right. Another Perceptor.
Another Perceptor. Very perceptive of you. This is X-Transbot's Perceptor. He looks, if you look at the comparisons, there have been comparisons. We don't have a comparison on the show tonight, but he looks like he's a bit chunkier, but he's got so much to him. Like the paint is there.
What type of microscope is that? Jeez.
That's the third mode, isn't it?
Third mode. But he comes with, you remember the episode where he shrunk the other bots down?
Yes, we'll get to that in the photos.
He comes with all the test tubes and all that kit, and he comes with mini. These aren't even micro legends. These are.
There you go.
All those bots you get there are fully independent action figures.
Why would you want test tube and it's a microscope? You use slides.
He's doing scientific.
Because he's a scientist.
He's doing science.
You can't fit a bloody test tube on
cartoon accuracy.
So each of these little bots here are fully functioning action figures with ankle tilts, head tilts, everything. They are fully
use it as a microscope.
They've got crotch pieces. They've got really weird faces though.
You like
the eyes. If you look at the close up of the eyes, have you got close up of some of the faces that the eyes like up here? It's but they're for that scale. I mean that's gonna be like that big.
All right,
that'll really well with your arc or your
Brawn.
There you go.
There again.
Go back one. Sorry, go back to Brawn. That's him from the back. So you get that as you look ankle tilt, arm. That's a fully functioning.
I like Perceptible Bumble Jump. I don't understand why you don't like him.
It was whoever's in the episode. And there's one of them running, I think, so you can actually pose them pretty well. So
wow. Cool.
There you go. Look at that.
Look, he's standing on his crotch piece.
Okay.
Moving on.
Very quick pause, right? If X-Transbot's released bots of that scale of the whole season 1,
yeah,
£5 each, would you buy them to pose with your arc or your
£5 for two. You've got
pound each, but then bought off the groups for 20 quid.
So now X-Transbots are taking on head-on Fanstoys because Fanstoys hasn't come out yet. X-Transbots are trying to get to the party, and they're posing with MP44 there. So there's a lot of kit there. Look at all of that, and you even get the IDW face sculpts on top right there as well. You get a lot more there than I imagine you will get with Fanstoys. X-Transbots always are accessories. Now, can they pull it off? Jury's out. We'll see. It's a bit chunkier than the X-Transports version, but it depends on your version of Perceptor. He was chunky in the cartoon, so with a small head.
I'm going to stick up a Bumble Jumper here. I'm going to say I don't like IDW that much compared to the original Marvel UK.
Controversial. Is this KFC again?
Yeah, this is Paul did as well. Paul put them all together.
Yeah, so
this is the bike mode, isn't it?
These are KFC junkie ones, the alt modes. If you want to see them, just whiz through them. But I really like the bike modes on these ones. I think they're great. Really futuristic, not just stupid.
It's a funny looking junkie.
There
you go, Rudy.
Can we go off the screen, please?
Is it offending your eyes? Excuse me, you offend my eyes.
Our GoBot's technically part of Transformers.
So there's the names.
Kind of
alternate universe.
Debris, Waster Delta, Smithereen, Stodgy, or Stogie, Toe Cutter, and Sanford. Not Sangard.
Not Sangard.
There you go. And they should be able to pre-order soon and in stock by the first quarter of 2022, each limited to 800 pieces worldwide, because we like to show you things you want and then not give you enough of them. Taking a leaf out of Hasbro's, bro.
I hope we're going to show some bikini girls that action now, but oh well.
The lady star, a big thank you to our lovers who came on. Wives and females that we've got to know.
You have to hope the wives aren't watching.
And they've got pulses. It's a bonus.
So X-Transbots now are showing more of their
very reasonable prices.
Apparently their final version of their Abaddon. Is it Abaddon? I can't remember pronounce it. Pronounce that word?
It's Galvatron then, isn't it?
Galvatron. So digi-renders. Again, probably lots of accessories.
Isn't that named after a demon or something? Abaddon.
Yeah, it's
I'm not too much into my
education.
Education.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. You left the door open, and I just couldn't resist. Anyway, there it looks right. It looks quite good. I bet its shoulders are correctly put assembled.
Mrs. Smith, essentially quite clever. You know, being X-Transbots is not going to be easy. It's going to be uber complicated. I would never give Paul a fat X-Transbots to transform. He just.
Oh dear.
Really
you
bad.
keep freezing up, lads. Right. I think that's it for now, is it? Or will I need to be sharing something else soon?
I can trust anything you use, Alexis, would be choppy. But
right, so pickups. So, who...
We now return to the Transformers.
Pickups now. Andy, please, you go first.
Yeah, Andy.
I'll be quick. I only got a couple of little things, but they were much appreciated from our good friend Bumblejumper82, good old Ed, who sent me a little late birthday present. So he sent me the G1 Transformers Top Trumps, which are really cool. And
I've got that. That's cool.
Next time we actually all get to meet up together, I'll have to bring these along so we can have a good old argument and fight over that, like my children do when they play Top Trumps. And then the other thing he sent me was what he called a crap transformer. But this seems like a priceless heirloom, still mint in packaging. So he sent me Revenge of the Fallen. Is it Legends class? Autobot Springer. I mean, this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the engineering that must have gone into that. I've kept it mint on packaging there. This is going to be worth a lot of money. Look, it's got a lot of there they are. A lot of Chinese writing, I think. On I don't know. I don't speak the language, but it's got a lot of foreign language on there. It's all minty, and he told me that he spent the princely sum of 180 pence on this, and and it really shows. It's fantastic. But I'm going to treasure that and love that. So thank you very much, Ed. Much appreciated, along with the Top Trumps cards. And that's me, lads. So over to you. Except we have no sound.
Do you know why you got no sound? Because Alexis went to the toilet and just put on mute and didn't do anything.
He muted you two because he was off to the
loo. I'm not sure if I'm up with co-hosting from the same place.
You don't get to talk if I'm not here.
No, his thigh is really close to mine sometimes.
Can you feel his crotch piece?
So there's an inch that we can get to where we can feel each other before actual flesh touches. So I didn't get any pickups this week, Jamie.
I decided I'm going to get the chess set at Milan Wall. Yeah.
Oh, I saw a great tweet about that where somebody simply put, the worst thing about the chess set is I just can't believe any Transformers fan knows how to play chess. I thought that was quite a cutting and scathing comment. I can play chess. I'm not good at it, but I can play.
Cool, right.
I'm ready to get chess.
So, do you want to share what Andy?
I choose 230.
Is Alexis going first, or is Jamie going first?
Jamie's next.
Yeah.
So, do I need to share your picks, Jamie?
Yeah, you share my picks.
Do it.
Yeah.
Not the nudes, though, this time.
Not those picks.
Not the special picks.
Right. If you can allow me to share, please, Paul.
Yeah, I'll add you right to the stream.
Yeah, so basically,
I
always do one of the comics, issue 200, and 113 actually, which is the 13th today, so it's kind of special. But yes, it's a bit of a cheeky thing, attacking misassembled Galvatron's shoulders and talk about how Rodimus survived for most UK people.
I could hear you, it's all right. I could go at my own pace if you want, but I didn't want to click off it when you were talking about something.
And that's just like a 35th anniversary picture original. Also, because it's one of my favourites, I quite like it.
Just to remind you again, lads, your sound does keep dropping out every now and again. So,
you pick one, Jay. Would it be Rodimus or Hot Rod?
It'd be definitely be Hot Rod and Rodimus, because you can't choose between the two.
You have to choose.
If you can pick one, I will have both.
My own rules.
This is Jamie saying nobody gets to tell me what to do. I reject your rules.
Yes.
Oh dear. And the sound's gone again.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I can hear the sound on my side. But yeah, it's excellent, and he's got so much articulation. And the trouble is, because we demanded such more accurate Transformers, which remind us of the cartoon characters and the comic characters, and they're becoming more like the mini masterpieces that term we coined, is they're also becoming much more complicated or fragile when you transform. You can't be as heavy-handed as before because they're no longer bricks anymore. These things are quite unique and quite involved. For example, you'll have a tab that will click into a clear plastic of the windscreen, and then you've got another tab that clicks into the same clear plastic windscreen. So you're already a bit worried when you're transforming this thing because it could potentially break, because when it comes to clear plastic, it's not the best thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the longevity of these new Transformers are like. But the more we demand more representation of our characters that we love, the more complicated engineering, and obviously the people behind us are trying to make these Chug characters fit in height-wise and scale-wise size. And Rodimus does that. He gives you the character you want, not the Abomination, which by the times was, which was this humongous robot, which didn't really fit in with any of the Chug, scale characters. So this is a wonderful time. But we have to understand is it's going to be a bit more expensive, but he's also a centerpiece figure. And I think sometimes we're falling into a trap as Transformers, where we try to collect them all as if they're Pokemon. And we've got to cherry pick and not spend so much money trying to get an entire line because you just can't do it.
Yeah.
Even if you had more of a disposable income, it's just not on. and hopefully people should realise that. But yeah, it's a brilliant figure. There's no gaps in this, and it's solid. It's got so much more posability, almost hitting that masterpiece level of my limited experience anyway. And there's Hot Rod transforming into Rodimus Prime. I love doing that shot, actually. It's just amazing to see like how Hot Rod, young and youthful, age in front of you artificially because of like the Matrix. Matrix makes you older with, like an old fogey, but yeah.
So does having kids.
Yeah, so as I said, it's just a beautiful figure. Detailed, the face, the eyes, everything shines. The light, it's just great. And it's like the poses there, if you just go through these poses quick, you'll just see the different, ways it just moves, and it's so easy. Normally with other figures, you've got to try to balance things. Forget the poses. Not with this figure. It was just easy.
The ratchets in them, was it all like tension?
He doesn't have it. He has ratchets, but it doesn't feel like ratchets. There's no like clanking or anything like that. It's like soft ratchets. And there's so much in there. I mean, that trailer is fantastic. It makes you feel like this is Rodimus Prime. This scale with the Hot Rod, Galvatron's a bit bigger and meatier. That's the way it should be. He's next to like him, Cyclonus, about the same height. It's just, as I said before, it scales in with your Chug collection. And that's what I think a lot of Chug collectors like. And as I said before, this is the big star. The vehicle is big. It's not like AFI's Optimus Prime where the trailer feels like an ice bucket. It's just small, pathetic piece of plastic crap. This thing's a trailer. You open that trailer, Jazz can get inside. And Jazz has put on a lot of weight. It's a fat little git, and he's able to get inside that trailer easy. And that's what you want. You want a trailer, proper trailer. And to be honest, I wish with AFI's Prime, if they had an option of like making a trailer like Rodimus did, and with the special effects and having Roller and the gun thing, I would have paid more. Because I think sometimes we feel like we've missed out on Optimus Prime trailer being a bit smaller than it should have been. And this trailer is definitely much more involved. And it's got a lot of places for storage. You've got panels that open up underneath, which you can store things. You've got a storage in the top, which you can actually take out and then close the trailer, and it will actually have even more room to store stuff, as well as storing the gun inside the trailer. There's some more scale pictures there with Ultra Magnus, Optimus Prime next to Optimus. Optimus has got longer legs there. Look, it shows Ultra Magnus a bit okay. Needs to go to Slim Fast. You got AFI's Red Alert, quite small. Ironhide, Bumblebee. I just like the scale. It just works. Just good.
Everybody's favourite wheelie.
I thought I should put Wheelie in for people who like him as well. Little get. And then Springer. I would like a bigger Springer version. I would like a more leader class Springer. And Blaster, which is excellent Nathan Folks work. But amazing. RC. Grimlock. That's a leader class size. I love Grimlock. I'm looking forward to having another Dinobots. Captain Marvelous. Grimlock transformed. And again, scale just works. Yeah.
Did one click together? Because Rohan said his one didn't.
Oh, my stuff clicked together, but I'm like an artist when it comes to Tommy stuff. And things
the Leonardo da Vinci of Transformers.
Plastic women.
Yeah. As I said before, they actually scale looks like a real trailer. Do you know sometimes when you get the vehicles, they don't really scale with each other? It does this guy.
Lovely stuff.
Picture.
Right, so as usual,
and I think people who will get this figure will appreciate it. And it is a centerpiece figure,
Right, cool. So that brings us on to you, mate. Where's your bloody pickups?
Right here.
Shall I share screen?
Share screen. I've got two things this week. First thing is very simple. Fanstoys Apache. Came when I was in Cornwall. Actually, I found the box tucked down the side of something. I was like, "Oh, what's this box?" It's just a transformer. I'll put that there. So I've got Fanstoys Apache, which I found this week, and then I got this Mechanical Alliance Soundwave. It doesn't look as dark as it's actually quite light. Then it shows it in these photographs. What drew me to this? This got under the radar. I don't know if we showed this really. I thought this when we showed this originally was potentially like one of the 3DX ones, a 3LX, like an action figure. But actually, and with just a transforming rabbit, so the 3LX one, and that's in comparison to that one. So the is it 3LX, the big like official ones, like 250 quid ones. This is £125. You can buy it from a Mega Lock today in stock. It comes with a transforming rabbit that goes into the actual chest. This thing actually it's fully posable. It scales with your other sort of like movie bots, if you were, traditional movie bots, and it transforms into a tank. It transforms into like almost like a tank with the chest at the front and like tank treads, and it's pretty impressive for £125. And again, I would say Mechanical Alliance Soundwave. Have a look at it. It's not that looks like shots of the movie there, but I don't have when I saw this, I was like, wow, this thing is actually quite amazing. So I've seen it reviewed, and it's pretty solid. So you remember I got the Toy World version of Prime, which was quite.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. Like I just want laughing at Jamie just tucking into his tea.
The Toy World Prime was, when you transform it, it's like this thing here is actually very solid. So so far, first impression is really good. I forgot to bring it along with me today, actually. And it's so have a look at the reviews if you're into that sort of thing and you want a Soundwave. Have a look at it. £125. A Mega Lock has them in stock. Order one literally that night. It's dispatched. Boom. And
I just wanted to interject about Rodimus that someone were talking about the clips being problematic. The thing I've noticed on Twitter and other social media posts was they had issues when trying to close the trailer with the gun still inside. That was the biggest issue, but most of the issues were fine when it came to the trailer. It doesn't seem to be. So
your advice is take the gun out and then close it.
Yeah, that seemed to be what a lot of people having problems with, and the people were using super glue in that instance to make sure there's just to give the tabs a bit more thickness.
Not to close it.
It should close with the guns inside, though, shouldn't it? It should close on with the guns inside.
Closes fine without the gun inside, and people were having issues when they were trying to put the gun inside and then close the trailer. That's when they were having slight issues.
Right, we've only got 17 minutes left because my wife's said.
So one more thing as well. So very important. Anyone that bought X Transport's lock from TFS Express, like myself, TFS Express, they're going to X Transport's a promise apparently to send them lock 2.0. I've spoken to XTV about this. They said they're out imminently. TFS Express are going to charge you the postage. So you bought it from the Chinese site, where it costs shipping from there to here, or from UK site, where it costs shipping from there to here. They will charge you that, and they will give you the new version and no extra cost. That's what I've been told. So get it. So they will get in touch with you if you want to know more about it. Chat to them. Chat to XTB. Confirm it both ways. Make sure you've got it sorted.
We finish the show.
But it's very important. So lock 2.0 is imminent.
I feel like I can push you now. Right, Rohan's corner now. Yeah. Okay, now.
First ever Transformers the Show live fight.
Rohan's corner. Thank you for fingering my ear.
Thank you, guys. Hello and welcome back to GoBot's Corner.
Now, time for my favorite show.
That's right, you heard me. This week is GoBot's Appreciation Week.
This is my favorite game!
Don't change the channel. I know you Transformers fans do have a soft spot for this franchise. And
Wait for me, Transporters!
And the reason why I'm doing GoBots Appreciation Forever Love, but GoBots was a great little franchise. They had good
Heartwarming, isn't it?
toys, they had decent storyline, cartoon series, comic books, etc, etc, etc. Today I want to talk about the positives of GoBots. There are plenty of negatives. Let's get that out there straight away, but I want to talk about some of the positives. So,
How ironic.
for me, what were the good things about the GoBots? Well, first and foremost, simplicity of the toy line. They were little figures, well built with die cast and rubber tires and so on and so forth, good quality. And
King of the gods, eh? That I am, but my true name is Lord Cycle.
they all, originally at least anyway, came in the same sort of scale. So you could pick up a figure, you could transform it just like that. Something that I think Transformers has lost over the years.
Ha! They will soon learn differently.
They all had sort of visible head syndrome and very robotic 80s style arms and or good looking, but hey, they were still fun to pick up and they resembled their Earth vehicles or monsters. Part of the other reason why I really enjoyed GoBots is because they had a really good backstory. So if
I've got some friends I'd like you to meet.
you've ever watched the cartoon, you'll know that GoBots are actually not traditional robots like Transformers. Instead, the GoBots are actually cyborgs who had their brains transplanted from their sort of humanoid life form flesh type creatures into robot bodies so that they could survive the civil war that had broken out between the Guardians and the Renegades.
Come to Cycle.
Really enjoyed that little mini series they had, a couple of mini series at the beginning. Four limbs that would attach to a main body shell carcass, and those four limbs would actually be hollow. You'd put a GoBot character within those, and that's why they were called suit. And the main carcass was a ship, and then all of a sudden you had this power warrior, and he would then attack the other combiner that they had in the show, which was the Puzzler, which was made up of 5 cars which combined together.
They have me beat. They think they're safe.
But ultimately they had built-in hands and feature film, a film about rocks, more exciting. It failed dismally, but
Oh, that power! I had it in my hand.
it was actually entertaining. It had some good characters in it. It developed a storyline off the Gobatron home planet and so on and so forth, which was cool. In the line, they had the Super GoBots and the DX line, which took it to the next scale level and built in electronics and some of the toys and so on and so forth. Took the price point up as well from the very, very cheap entry-level GoBots up to a bit more kind of in scale with Transformers, but they weren't as well manufactured. They looked worse, in my opinion.
You idiots!
And then let's talk about the show. So I really enjoyed the show. I still watch it from time to time now. There were some superb characters in that show, specifically with regards to the Renegades. The main 3 characters. Cycle, absolutely fantastic. a power-hungry, expressive, and exuberant character. Really,
I can't believe this is happening.
well voice acted by Bernard Earhart, who unfortunately no longer with us. Actually, Andy Ride may know was a member of the Visionaries voice cast as well. I think he was an influence for Beast Wars Megatron with the way in which he put through his lines and the way in which he expressed himself.
By all means, bring it aboard.
And then you had the Maniacal Crasher, probably the first strong female evil lead in any of the kind of series that I used to watch, and a really interesting, cackling little character there. She used to give as good as she could get as well.
Shall we bring it aboard, or just destroy it?
And the dim-witted, slow-thinking thug Coptor who just spoke really slowly and sorry. I thought.
I'll head them off, all right. I'll take their heads off.
He was brilliant. So let's talk about what happened. Well, GoBots were first introduced into the toy market before Transformers in 1983. So,
Come to cycle.
So they had the first punch in the war, if you like. And unfortunately for the GoBots, while they fought hard in 1984 and 1985, they were actually one of the top selling toys in both of those categories in those years. In top 6 in just toys in general in those decades. However, they lost their fight to the superior Transformers eventually.
At least we got away. That's all that matters. No, what matters is that we failed again.
With their better TV show, better comics, better toys, bigger lineup, more expansive kind of figures as well, rather than just one sort of scale. And
how do you stop this thing?
Ultimately, they fell apart. Years later, the owner Tonka was bought by Hasbro, and Hasbro now own the rights to the GoBot franchise.
What's so funny?
Will we ever see a crossover?
I have a better idea.
I, for one, would love to see the Autobots versus the Renegades versus the Decepticons.
I'll just pull this lever and turn the lights back on.
Having that third faction come in, maybe Starscream acting to the Renegades, something like that.
Hey, come back, you lousy chickens!
I think that would be brilliant. What do you all think? Do you enjoy the GoBots? Do you want to see them in Transformers lore? They are turning up every now and again as recolors and so on and so forth, but I'd like to see more from them.
I shall return.
Anywho, for another week, I've been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. Hope you've enjoyed. To the studio.
Hey boys, we've been rumbled. Well, let's bounce.
Rohan, thank you. Andy, can you hear us okay?
Yeah. The signal is dropping in and out, so it's just one of those things. We can struggle on. We can struggle through. It tends to drop out when Alexis and Jamie are talking. So you're fine, Paul. You can crack on. It likes you.
Awesome. So on that note, I'll say something. So just to add to Rowan's point, I really think the point where Tonka dropped out is because Transformers through the years evolved and they adapted each time.
Alexis, I'm interested to know what
I've got a long story about that. I'm glad you asked, Jamie. So sit down, children.
It sure is boring around here.
The issue GoBots was fucking Rock Lords. There you go. End of. Carry on. That's you, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say it's you, Paul.
Well, that's it really for this episode of the show. So we've done our pickups. We've done there's no discussions.
Mostly because there's no internet.
There's a lot going on there. Go watch that.
Go back to TFN.
Yes.
Enjoy that.
Go watch TFN, the big broadcast on YouTube. Go catch up on what's left of it. You've missed Gary Chalk now. He's at 9. You might catch the last 5 minutes of the Gary Chalk bit. And then it'll all be back on the YouTube anyway. All the videos apparently will just, like ours does, just appear on YouTube for you to watch if you have missed anything. Watch it over the weekend.
Cool. Right. Au revoir. See you later. Bye.